Coal and coke making provides deep value opportunity for EV push transition. So let's go over the advantages of coal. And again, it's not like I'm trying to propagate or promote, the greenhouse gases coal emits. I'm in a situation where I am just trying to find opportunities to make money and see the world for what it is. I'm not on a high horse. I'm not trying to persuade anybody's way on where the earth can go. There's a lot of there's a lot of things we can do in our personal lives and in the community to help the environment. Instead of complaining what the larger powers that be that do, you can take action in a lot of ways in your own environment, and that's where it is. That's where it matters. So when it comes to stocks and stock market, though, it's a different story. That's a bigger game. And if you want to play, and if you want to play to win, you're going to have to quote unquote, sacrifice maybe some environmental morals. But some advantages of coal and why it's not going to go anywhere, even in the future, if we're totally electric vehicles, right? And they're trying to make a lot of cars within the next 15 years completely electric. We'll see about that. But the advantages of coal: huge global reserves, not an intermittent energy source, reliable fuel, inexpensive energy source, independent of the weather, plenty of applications, compatible with other energy sources. It creates jobs, reduces dependence on oil, it's easy to store, smokeless alternatives, convertible to various formats, minimal waste, consumable byproducts, which you use coal in different ways. Whatever byproduct it emits, that's another product that you can use later down the line. Low capital investment, output is controllable, comparatively safe in regards to people aren't really dying a whole lot when trying to get it, like some other rare metals and some dangerous mines. Obviously, he does have some dangers, but there's even greater dangers out there with other metals and such in processes. Simple burning process, and risks are easier to mitigate. So those are a lot of advantages. There's a lot. And so there's obviously a downside to it as well. There's disadvantages to the coal. Non-renewable source of energy, which means it takes millions and millions of years to produce underground. So if we mine too much of it's going to be upused past our lifetime. You're not going to get a lot of coal compressed and made within 100 years. You'll maybe get like a speck of coal. It needs millions and millions of years to be produced. So if we over mine it, the inventory is going to go down a lot. Has environmental impact. It 100% does. It's not that safe for the environment. It's just not. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna say it's the worst option we have, but it definitely hurts the environment. But so many other things hurt the environment, right? So you essentially you just have to pay to play. Destroys natural habitats. The coal mining impact, obviously, there's people that have cancers, lung issues, breathing issues from being coal miners. Goes back centuries. It's one of the very important jobs in the industrial realm in the 19th and 20th century, especially with Andrew Carnegie ramping up coal and ramping up steel and whatnot. Potentially radioactive, impact on the miner's health, and displaces human settlements. So those are the advantages and disadvantages. In this life we live, there's pros and cons to everything. We just have to make the best decisions we know how. Now, when it comes to the Gematria, very powerful stuff. Bituminous coal, U.S. energy fuel, 333 in English ordinal. This is bituminous coal is the biggest source of coal in America. It runs America, and that's why you see that 333. That's almost what America has been built on for the last 300 years. EVs are indirectly powered by coal, and coal won't be canceled during EV push These two both equal 333 English ordinal and 162 in reverse reduction. Very powerful. Coke industry will thrive in 2024. 333 English ordinal, 331 reverse ordinal. The Coke industry is when you take coal, and then when you process it, you take the carbon out, you take all the pollutants out. You have another byproduct which is called coke. Now that's what you sell to the steel makers and stuff so they can make their steel. So when I say coke, I mean the processed version of coal. Coke is deep value in ESG's movement, 333 in English ordinal. The Gematria is telling us Coke is still going to be used for the ESG movement. We still need it. And Coke making stocks will be deep value, 330 English ordinal, 33. We see it. Coke making, Pluto and Aquarius, which we're in right now, and best steel comes from Coke making. They both equal 303 English ordinal and 114 English reduction. It's not going anywhere. Don't believe the media. Don't believe your neighbor that thinks he knows what he's talking about and has a Tesla. He doesn't. He just didn't do the research. He saw Elon Musk was building some cool toys and he wanted one because he wanted a status symbol. That's all. That's pretty much it. They didn't do any research. All right, but the Gematria tells us Coke fuel equals 330. Coke fuel equals 33 English reduction. Simple enough. We like to see that. That's a simple decode. 33 reduction. Coal will be used in green movement, 133 English reduction. Again, we're not switching off the path. 133, we know that's a positive investing number. And that's why this phrase is very important. Coal will be used in green movement. That gives us security in finding those coal stocks as we move forward into the new world. It's not going anywhere. Coke production is still very important for the electric vehicle industry. 333 English reduction. Bada boom. Coal stocks are low risk, high uncertainty with Pluto in Aquarius, 222 in Septenary. That's the holy biblical cipher that's based off 7. That's the ancient cipher you'll see in the Bible, in a lot of Bible texts. So I thought it was important to bring up because this is kind of like a biblical time that we're going through right now. America's and Asia's energy structure will keep coal use alive with electric vehicle push. That equals 333 in English reduction. So you see the energy here. You see the powerful Gematria here. That's why we're doing it. All right. And it's been paying dividends off thus far.